Hey everyone, CornerPinoyX here once again, back with another video for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at a very basic melee build that I went through in order to help basically get people started with doing Safi'jiiva without having to go through all of the difficult guiding land stuff straight away so that they don't miss out on the siege itself. The basic idea here is that you have the most basic of elder dragons that you can go through in order for you to get started with Safi'jiiva. This will need to have the Shara Ishvalda pieces on it, well, one piece actually, because you need to get past Shara Ishvalda anyway before you can do the guiding land stuff, and you need to go through guiding lands before you start doing the Safi'jiiva Siege. So the idea behind this video is to basically give you a very basic stat that you can start with in order to go through Safi'jiiva, and you can alter it to your own personal need depending on the kind of weapon type that you are using. Now if you enjoyed these videos, please consider leaving a like on the video itself and subscribing to the channel so you can go ahead and catch up on any other content that I might be doing in future. Now let's take a look at this very basic build that I created for everyone so that they can use it and get started with Safi'jiiva. Okay, this is the basic build that we are looking into when it comes to confronting Safi'jiiva in the siege. This is a very basic set that utilizes Master's Touch so that melee players can actually sustain their sharpness, meaning that they can keep going and trying to break Safi'jiiva's body parts without having to constantly sharpen their weapons. So the idea here is that it gives you all of the basic DPS type skills that you need. First and foremost, you have Critical Eye 7, you have Critical Boost and Weakness Exploit 3, you have Part Breaker 3 to break Safi'jiiva's body parts, and of course, you have Health Boost 3 to sustain yourself so that you don't get one-shotted by the Safi'jiiva. So that's all of the basic skills that you need. Now in terms of decorations, again, these are all basic decorations. Maybe there is one rare decoration, which is the Critical Jewel, but at the end of the day, if you've been doing decoration farming, you should have all of these decorations available to you. They are very basic. There is one level 4 decoration on here, which is Expert Plus Jewel. Expert Plus Jewel you get when you go through the storyline until you reach a certain point, and the Elder Melder will give it to you in Saliana. So it is a guaranteed jewel anyway, so may as well use it. In terms of Critical Jewel, you will need 3 of them to get Critical Boost 3. When it comes to Tenderizer, you only need 2 of them to get the Weakness Exploit 3 because the Kaiser Vambrace already has Weakness level 1 on it, so that's pretty much going to be available to you. When it comes to the Shara Ishvalda Greaves, that already has Part Breaker 1 on it, so you only need 2 Destroyer Jewels in order to get Part Breaker 3 overall. Alongside this, you also have 3 levels of Vitality Jewels that you will need in order to get Health Boost 3, and you will need 1 Expert Jewel to complete Critical Eye 7. So overall, this is a very basic build at the end of the day. Now, if your weapon happens to have 2 decoration slots on it available, you can put the Vitality Jewel on the weapon itself alongside the Expert Jewel, and then you will have 1 extra level 4 slot for you to utilize. It's completely up to you what you do with the decoration slot if your weapon happens to have 2 decoration slots on it. So again, this is very kind of versatile in the decoration slot that you use, but at the end of the day, it's completely up to you what kind of build that you go with. This is not a meta build, first and foremost, and second of all, this is just something to get you through Safi'jiiva. You will not be using this in true endgame because you will slowly transition from using this into using much better equipment afterwards. So hopefully that will get you through the Safi'jiiva Siege in its entirety until you get everything that you need before the Safi'jiiva Siege event ends this March. Now that is pretty much it for this video, quickly covering a very basic set that you can use as a melee weapon user in order to get through the Safi'jiiva. At the end of the day, if you have something better in terms of a build, then do use that instead, so long as you have Part Breaker 3 in order to break those Safi'jiiva body parts. The idea here is to break Safi'jiiva's parts, not to DPS it to death, which is something that a lot of players do, even though it's already been pretty much consistent that you need to break Safi'jiiva's parts in order to actually get the maximum amount of rewards. So hopefully this build helps, it gets you through the Safi'jiiva Siege, and you also manage to get all of the Safi'jiiva pieces that you need before the event ends this March. Now I do apologize for anyone out there who's looking for a long-range weapon build because unfortunately a lot of the weapon builds that I managed to do when it comes to long-range weapons all require some form of endgame equipment, and it doesn't really feel that easy for me to make a build That's basically for the bow, the heavy bow gun or the light bow gun. That's not gonna require some form of really heavy jewel decoration on it, as well as endgame stuff. So I do apologize that I couldn't come up with something for long range weapons at the end of the day. Now that is pretty much it for me for this video. If you enjoyed these videos, please consider leaving a like on the video itself and subscribing to the channel, as well as hitting that bell icon so you can go ahead and catch up on any future Monster Hunter content that I might be doing or any other games that I might be playing in future. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Onward and upward.